Welcome. In this video, we're going to discover how to clone a database using SnapCenter with our SQL Server plugin. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the SnapCenter architecture. This is a typical topology of a SnapCenter deployment. The SQL Server plugin can be deployed through a SnapCenter server. SnapCenter will then manage backup, restore, and cloning of SQL Server databases. Before the demo, let's try to understand some terminology that SnapCenter uses. Let's take a quick look at the organization of SnapCenter to discuss some of the constructs we'll be working with. These items are the fundamentals of all your data protection and clone jobs. You interact with datasets, policies, and resources in every backup and clone operation you perform. First, hosts. You add SQL Server hosts into SnapCenter in order to protect the databases on these hosts. For example, if you add SQL Server to SnapCenter, then as part of the add host process, SnapCenter will push plugins out to the SQL Server and install them. SnapCenter will then perform a discovery operation to get a list of all the SQL instances, databases, and availability groups the host is a part of. Resources are items you want to protect or clone. For a SQL Server plugin, your resources will be databases, instances, or availability groups. Resource groups are a way to organize the resources you want to protect. You can group a number of SQL Server databases, even across multiple hosts, into a resource group to back these up together. Resource groups are optional for most plugins. However, for VMware virtual machines or data stores, a resource group is required. Policies are the set of rules governing how you perform your backup, clone, and verification jobs. Policy components include schedule, retention, and replication settings, as well as prescript and postscript arguments and other settings. Policies are assigned to resources or resource groups. Now, let's see how we would back up and restore a SQL Server database with SnapCenter. The cloning of databases is commonly used for test or development purposes where you want to test a procedure or a new version of software without impacting your production databases. NetApp's writable clones consume no additional storage space other than the changes you make as you test. You can also create the clone on your secondary storage system, making use of your secondary storage systems and not impacting the performance of your primary storage environment. Here's the workflow you'll see in the following demonstration. In this demonstration, SQL Server plugin for SnapCenter has already been installed and configured. If you need help understanding how to do that, please refer to the Setup SnapCenter for SQL Server plugin video. In this demonstration, we will first back up a 1.5 terabyte database using SnapCenter. Then we will create the clone of the backup that we just created on our alternate host. Let's see how this can be done. Before we back up our database, we'll get the size of the database using our transact SQL command. You can see that we have a 1.5 terabyte database. We'll then log into SnapCenter with our domain credentials. We'll create a new backup by navigating to the Resources page. Since the policy has already been created, select Backup Now. To learn more on how to create policies, please refer to the Backup and Restore Databases using SnapCenter for SQL Server plugin video. You can check the progress of the backup by navigating to the Monitor page. Backup has been completed. As you can see here, it took less than a minute to back up our 1.5 terabyte database. Now, we're going to create the clone of our 1.5 terabyte database. First, we'll validate that the database does not exist on our SCQA1 using SQL Server Management Studio. We'll then select Resources, then select our database, and select the backup that we just created. Then we'll select the clone icon. Select the clone server, which in this case is SCQA1. Then we can select the clone suffix of our choosing. Select Next, followed by another Next since we don't have a log or script to apply. We'll also skip notification settings for our demonstration. Let's check the progress of our clone job by again navigating to the Monitor page. The cloning of the database has been completed. As you can see, it took just over a minute to clone the 1.5 terabyte database. We can verify its success through SQL Server Management Studio. We'll then validate the size of the database and make sure that it can be read and written to by dropping table FM. As you can see, the cloning of databases is fast and easy. In our demonstration, we were able to clone our 1.5 terabyte database with just a little over a minute using SnapCenter. Thank you for watching. Please look for more videos on how to set up SQL Server for SnapCenter and backup and restoring databases using SnapCenter.